Hi reader friends, let's talk 10 before the end of 2025. We have some fall leftovers, we have some bingeable reads, we obviously have some romances, and we have one book from an author that you're not gonna believe I haven't read yet. Let's get into it. Before we start, there are going to be chapters at the bottoms that divide the books into categories, so if you want to skip around, go ahead and do so. First up on the list is Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. I added this last minute to my TBR, and I wasn't going to read this one because it's a YA, and I don't always get into those, but it just does look really, really fall, and I still want to just enjoy those fall feelings while I still can. So it is about a girl from the city who moves to Bramble Falls, Connecticut, and it says a Bramble Falls novel, so I'm assuming there's others in this series. And there is a local barista that was once her best friend, but now I guess they're not friends anymore, but it sounds like they had their first kiss together. And then there's the Falling Leaves Festival that's going on, and that sounds like it's kind of the center of the story. So I think this is gonna be a good fall read that actually has those fall feelings in it. Next up is Rewitched. I really want to read this one by the end of this month because I just love the cover. I love the idea. It looks so cozy, and for whatever reason, this feels like my birthday, and my birthday is 6 days before Halloween. So, and it's coming up very shortly. So I kind of just want to read it during that time. I don't like, I can't explain it. Like, I know my birthday is kind of around Halloween in the fall time, but for some reason, like, I see this and I'm like, that's my birthday. So it's about a witch who works at a bookstore, and she has to go through these trials to prove that she is worthy of having her magic, and if she doesn't prove herself, then she's gonna lose her magic. So it just sounds fun. It sounds perfect. Next up, we have A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. This is the second in this series. The first one was loved by many. I liked it. I didn't love the romance aspect as much as I just like the characters in that book. But this one is about a very powerful witch who has lost her magic. I'm sensing a theme here. She's lost her magic, and she is working at this inn, and she talks to foxes, and a magic historian shows up, and I think he's grumpy. Is he grumpy? He says icy. I think that means grumpy. So he shows up at the inn one autumn evening, and he's gonna help her hopefully get her magic back. I bet she does get it back. Okay, next up is a book that I just got, and I literally cannot believe that I haven't read it yet, because it is Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady. And probably the reason that I haven't read it yet is just because I haven't really heard a ton about this. I think I saw it on some lists for Book of the Month as like a possible prediction. I'm pretty sure it didn't make it to Book of the Month, but I was reading the description of this, and first of all, obviously we know, like, we want to read it because it's about bookstores. But it's not just about bookstores. It is about two rival bookstores, okay? Yeah. It's about two rival bookstores, and one of them is more a literature-based, the Josie's, and Ryan, his is romance, which, I don't know, I just love the fact that the man is running the romance bookstore. So they're competing, and somehow they end up online on this book forum, and they don't know who they're talking to, but they're talking to each other. So it literally is a You've Got Mail type twist, which I gotta say, that's probably my favorite romance movie ever. I've watched it so many times. So this is like way, way up there on the TBR. I'm really excited about this. All right. One Star Romance by Laura Hankin. And somehow it's on my TBR, but I have not heard great things about this. And I'm worried it is going to be a 1 star for me, which, let's be real, I think I've only given one book a 1 star out of hundreds of books that I've ever rated. We won't talk about that. Anyways, it's about these two people that seem to kind of know each other through friends, and she writes a book, and they are at a wedding together, so they have to like walk down the aisle together, and he writes a 1-star review about her book, and she finds out. I think from reading the description, it's not just like gonna happen like at that wedding, it's gonna cover the course of life a little bit more. So I think they're gonna have a lot of time to really work things out and develop their relationship. The other thing it hints at, which is like, it sounds like there's a misunderstanding trope here, so like if you're not into that, but it sounds like the 1-star review, there was a reason that he needed to write it. So does sound like the misunderstanding trope, which may be why it's getting bad reviews. But I do like the fact that their relationship is going to take some time, I think, to develop. Well, hopefully that's what it sounds like it's about. Anyways, up there. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I have enjoyed pretty much everything I've read from Ashley Poston, and I love her magical elements. I call it magical realism. However, when I was looking up the definition of magical realism, it says that the magic that happens in the story is magic that is seen as kind of mundane and like of the typical. So I don't know, I think in her novels, the magic is kind of surprising. So I don't know, is it magical realism? If you know, comment down below and just let me know. Okay. Off of that tangent, this book is about a songwriter who is having trouble writing her songs, and she goes back to her small town. I think she's from California. Los Angeles, yes. She moves back to her small town in North Carolina, and she's trying to be able to write her songs again. And she starts to have these telepathic connections with this man who is inspiring her or helping her get back into music again. And then he's gonna show up, and then I guess they're gonna explore that telepathic connection. I don't know if both of them are aware that it's happening or if it's just her that's aware. So on the list, needs to be read. Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. This one is on the end of the year TBR because I have heard fantastic things about it. And it is the second one, I believe, in an interconnected standalone series, or at least I think it's a standalone. I'm not gonna read the first one. Like, this is the one I've heard good things about. This is a second chance romance, and our two main characters got divorced and they had a child, and they are now taking their son to college. So he's older now. And on the way back, they're going on this road trip back from dropping him off at college. They're gonna try and rekindle their relationship. I think I've heard that their relationship is really mature, and how they work things out is just, I guess it just makes sense, or it works. So this is definitely on the TBR because I need to have so many romances. Frederick Bachman, Anxious People. I have not read a single Bachman. I have several of them. I don't know why I haven't picked them up. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything bad about a Frederick Bachman book. So this is the book I've been wanting to start with, and it is about a bank robber who ends up at an apartment open house and ends up taking those people into a hostage situation. And from the back it says the bank robber ends up being the one that really needs rescuing. Like, I really have no idea what a Frederick Bachman novel is like. Like, for example, like when someone says like, here's a good romance, you know the formulaicness of a romance. You kind of know the gist of how it's gonna go, but I have no idea what these books are like. I've heard that they're pretty hard-hitting. I know a lot of people will say that they've cried during Frederick Bachman's books. I'm not sure that this is one of his like ones that makes people tear up, but this is where I want to start, and hopefully I can get there by the end of the year. For me, a bingeable book is absolutely a true crime story, and we're just gonna go real quick over this one because it is under 250 pages. It's a true crime story, and did I say the title? The Man No One Believed by Joshua Sharp. So it is a true crime story, and it sounds like someone was wrongfully convicted and there's some corruption involved. I really do not want to tell you any more than that because I don't want to spoil it. I think that this book is way too short for me to say anything else, and I don't know anything about this story, so I don't want to know any more than that. My final book is another bingeable read, and it's on the list because it is a book that I took with me to Hawaii. That is the only book I didn't end up reading. I will give you the recap of the other books I took to Hawaii in my October wrap-up that's coming up, but I took this book, Bad Tourist by Carol Carver, and I think this is the book that I actually should have read and like made my main focus, because I feel like it's kind of like a really fast-paced thriller, and I don't know that it goes too deep. I guess my critique of the Grand Paloma Resort, which was the main book that I read, was not really a critique on the book. It was just a critique in the headspace that I was in and the environment that I was in, that when I started reading it, that I just was having a hard time really getting myself into that story. I think I could have rated that book a lot higher had it been read at a different time. But this book, I want to read it just because I want to know, like, should this have been the book that I really focused on reading during my vacation? Because it just looks so bingeable. Okay, let me just give you a quick synopsis of this. So it's about 3 women. It sounds like they're like on a divorce vacation. It's called An Extravagant Divorce Trip to the Maldives. So I don't know if all 3 women just got a divorce or one of them and the other ones are supporting them. Anyways, the 3 women, one is trying to learn how to be a free woman at 41. Maybe she's the one that just got the divorce. And another one is a fitness and wellness influencer. Oh, that's always so good in a book. Love it. Okay, and another one is writing a book. So they're going to this amazing beach resort. I want to go there. I think that's a dream, going to a hotel and staying at one of those. I don't know. One day maybe. So a body is going to show up on the beach. It sounds like there's some secrets between the friends. I really think this is gonna be a bingeable book. I hope that I get to it before the end of this year. And if I do, I will let you know how it is. Those are my 10 before the end. Thank you for coming along. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And please tell me what book or books, however many you want to tell me, you are planning to read by the end of this year. Bye guys.